Okay, so we're back. Another slamming episode of the Scoreboard Addicts podcast. T, did you get a new camera or something? Because you're looking pretty 3D. Look at HD right now.
No, you know what I think it is? I think it's the backlighting from the Christmas tree. It just makes everything glow and just, amazing.
You're popping right now, sir.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, Christmas always makes things pop. And especially Hanukkah, right? First night of Hanukkah.
First night of Hanukkah.
All our Hebrew celebrating friends and family.
Hey. Our Hebrews and our Shebrews.
Shebrews, absolutely.
The Natalie Portman world.
Fran Drescher's.
Is Fran Drescher Jewish?
90% sure.
I'm pretty sure she wasn't in the song, so I don't know.
You know what? You're right. I do usually go by the song. I mean, it's definitely not O.J. Simpson.
Not a Jew. But yeah, Hanukkah's awesome. Listen, I grew up in Sheepshead Bay in Brooklyn. And I was the lonely Catholic on Christmas. All my friends were Jewish. Shout out to my friends over there in Sheepshead Bay celebrating first night of Hanukkah without me.
No, you know what? I gotta tip of the cap to Adam Sandler. Like, legitimately, 8 Crazy Nights might be one of the best holiday movies that encompasses both Christmas and Hanukkah at the same time. Being a Hanukkah movie, not even a Christmas movie, too.
That's true.
That movie's awesome.
Die Hard is still a Christmas movie.
Die Hard is definitely a Christmas movie. I don't give a shit what Bruce Willis says.
So is Harry Potter.
Harry Potter is a Christmas movie. So is
Harry Potter a Die Hard movie, or is Die Hard a Harry Potter movie? Both involve Alan Rickman chasing somebody through a building at night during Christmas.
It's true. My son is now questioning our argument. He's like, Harry Potter's a Christmas movie? Damn, Skippy.
I'm sorry. Is it not always
Happy Christmas, not Merry Christmas?
Isn't it always Christmas in Harry Potter?
It always seems to be snowing every time they go to what's it called?
Hogsmeade.
Hogsmeade, yes.
Because there's only 2 times a year, right? They have Halloween and Christmas. That's it. There is no 4th of July celebration. They're not having Thanksgiving. There's no Easter. There's no freaking Valentine's Day. They only do Christmas and Halloween. That's it.
To be fair, if it was 4th of July, Harry would be celebrating under the stairs.
Okay, fair enough. Not to mention they're British, so they don't celebrate the 4th of July. But
that's true too.
What about the fucking rebellion? The fucking remember the 5th of November.
Yeah.
They don't celebrate that shit either. Only ever Halloween and Christmas. That's it. And not even Halloween sometimes. Mostly it's Christmas.
I think it's always Halloween, though, because they always got the ghost involved.
Yeah, but that's not a Halloween thing. That's just
it kind of is, though. It could be you could make the argument.
Stop it. That's ridiculous.
I'm just saying you could tie it in.
That's like if we lived with Jewish people and we're like, it's always Hanukkah around here. Oh, it doesn't work that way.
I mean, not for nothing. If they're playing with dreidels and hooking us up with matzo ball soup, it could be whatever the fuck they want it to be. I'm down.
But if they're not giving you,
dude, if they're giving me matzo ball soup and latkes, I'm in. You call it whatever. I'm in.
Pastrami.
Hell yeah.
Some pastrami.
If I walk into Cats and they're like, "Hey man, if you say it's Hanukkah today, we'll give you a free fucking pastrami sandwich." We're like,
dude, that's $60. That's fucking $60.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Save a little cash. They have to throw the pickle in there, though. I know I'm asking for a lot.
Half dill or full? Half dill or full?
Full, of course.
No, you're wrong. Half dill. You always go half dill. Always.
Dude, I can't stand people that are like half dill, half sour, half this, half that. If
half sour and half dill are the same thing.
Dude, if you're not going full bore, what's the point?
Because you can get a fucking full dill pickle from a jar in your kitchen. You can't get a half dill anywhere but at a fucking deli because it'll go full dill before you get it to your house. You can't buy half dill pickles and keep them on the shelf. They turn full dill.
Who wants a half dill?
Everybody. That's why they make them.
Nobody. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, you're the worst.
You're out of your mind, dude.
I'm never going to catch with you again. Fuck that.
You haven't gone yet.
Well, it's not happening now. I was going to take you on Saturday. Fuck it now.
Bullshit. You're a Carnegie Deli kind of guy. I know you.
One day we'll get our pictures up in cats.
Yeah, as do not allow inside the premises. Like I keep putting water in the full dill pickles, trying to bring them back to half.
Have you seen these boys?
Holy shit, dude. Well, either way, it's the holiday season, and we are having a good time. I would say I'm having a great time doing the beer and it takes. Go up to day number 7. My wife just made fun of me. You can slow down with the comments. She heard me last night trying to do the. I record obviously a day ahead of time, so doing my beer and a take last night to release today, and I was tired and irritable, and I was just stumbling and fumbling my way through it, and I may have broken a few things that need replacing now in aggregate.
So she was being contrary to your idea of what you were like. Oh, having a great time. She was like, "Yeah, tell that to our TV. Having a great time."
No. Oh God, you can't break a TV. Like that's crazy. You can't break TVs. That's like rock star shit. Because you don't need the TV because you're doing massive amounts of cocaine and women. I pushed over my I took my camera off the camera stand, the tripod, and I pushed it over, and a little piece broke off of it. But damn it, they make super glue, and it works like a charm.
I started doing this new thing, right? This is wild. So I'm into 3D printing, right? So I was assembling something, right? And the super glue was just being a pain in the ass, right?
Did you scream assemble though when you were assembling it?
No. So they have this stuff. I have 2 types of 3D printer. I have a regular one that like lays down melted strips of plastic, and then I have another one that is like it takes liquid plastic, it puts IR light on it, and it gets hard when it gets hit by IR light. Well, actually, UV light. It gets hard when it hits UV. So I was like, wait a second, what if I just dip this thing in the freaking UV resin and I break out my UV flashlight, handy dandy, right? And use that as the freaking glue. And it worked. I feel like a genius. I feel like a genius. I know I'm not a genius. I know that there's a million other people that are doing the exact same thing. But I feel really good about myself, and I'm not letting anybody take it down. By the way, while we were sitting here having this conversation, I just printed this out. It's one of the little baskets from my from that
nice
reel I made because it broke off when I was trying to put it together. Anyway, we digress. We're talking about sports on this show. God damn it! Don't distract me with 3D printing hobbies. Let's talk about it. Let's get to it. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's hot stove season. And I love hot stove. And if anybody saw my beer and a take the other day, it was about, what's so funny is I watched last year's beer and a take. Day 6 was I love hot stove. So I actually did that twice, not realizing that I love hot stove so much that for 2 years in a row, I had to make a video professing my love for the hot stove. What's going on, Alex? That kid looks like his grandma so much, it's creepy. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, kid.
I'm muted again.
There you go.
So I did want to ask you before we get into the hot stove. What, like, legitimately, what was your would you buy that beer again? Because
the stout?
It looked, I don't know, it looked almost, I don't like when stouts are
syrupy.
Not syrupy, but like overpowered with the flavor. You know what I mean? Like where you
no, it wasn't.
No,
it wasn't.
Okay.
It had a hint.
It had a hint. Poured it out, dude. I was like, I feel like that's gonna taste like pure alcohol and just burnt coffee.
No, it tasted like a stout. It was a hint of coffee, and you really couldn't taste you couldn't taste the alcohol. It was actually pretty good. I got it over at the beer distributor over by me on off Bay.
Oh, cool. Yeah, dude, that's the one thing. Like, and the one thing that always turns me off when I see something that says like Imperial Stout, that usually means it's higher alcohol content and this crazy amount of flavor stuffed in there. To where I like my stout smooth and creamy and enjoable, like something that I could have like 5 or 6.
I probably couldn't have 5 or 6 of those because it was just too much. Like that was putting the pause on me. I had half of it real fast because our beer intake's short, and I had half, and by the time I was done talking about my take, the front of my face started getting hot. I was like, "Holy crap, what's going on?"
Well, that was the first time me and you polished off a 4-pack of the bourbon barrel,
Kentucky bourbon. Yeah,
dude.
We went suit shopping that day. Almost didn't get there.
Yeah,
Chris had to drive.
We had two each. Like, oh, 4-pack. What a ripoff. I could do 3. And after the second one, we both stood up. You're like, whoa, mistakes were made. Just like 50-60% alcohol.
We chugged them.
We were thirsty.
We didn't realize they didn't taste dangerous, you know? That's what makes them dangerous.
That's true. That is true. That the beer I reviewed for today is dangerous. 7%, dude. 7% alcohol. But anyway, back to the hot stove, because the Yankees have made some moves.
Some of them I like, some of them I hate. Let's talk about the ones I hate. Alex Verdugo traded to the Yankees for peanuts, it seems. Peanuts on the dollar. I'm going to be honest with everybody. I can't stand Alex Verdugo. I don't think Alex Verdugo is that great of a baseball player to be as big of an asshole as he is. I'm a big character guy, to the point where somebody asked today, like, should the Yankees be interested in Trevor Bauer? And I'm like, no. And everybody's just like, how dare you? He was found to be not guilty of that. I'm pretty sure Trevor Bauer is still the guy that went to go get taken out of a game by his manager, and instead of giving the ball to his manager, he heaved it into the bullpen. Pretty sure that's Trevor Bauer. That's that guy. Is that the guy you want on your team, that you're getting pulled out of the game because you're giving up bombs, and the manager's like, can I have the ball? And you're like, you want this ball? Go fucking get it and throw it over a wall? No, don't think so. Not the kind of guy I want on my team. And Verdugo is very similar, that he's an asshole of a person. And people go, oh, well, he's an asshole. Like Marchand. When he's not on your team, you hate him, but you love him when you're on his. Really? Because I'm pretty sure Alex Cora, who is a highly respected manager in Major League Baseball, benched this guy twice this season. Twice. So clearly he's doing something wrong.
Yeah, I'm like half with you on the Trevor Bauer thing. Because, I mean, everybody knows pitchers are just pissy, whiny babies.
I agree with you. They are. But at the same time, I could never see Garrett Cole turning around and being like, fuck this ball and throwing it into the seats.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that is like poor character.
Bush.
Yeah, it's not a good look at all, especially not when you're making the amount of money he was making. But at the same time, I do hope he lands on his feet somewhere, because he did get put through the ringer.
No, listen, I don't have a problem with somebody else signing him. He plays baseball. He plays baseball well. If they want that kind of person on their team, then by all means, like, he'd fit in great at the Red Sox. They tolerate that shit. They tolerated Manny Ramirez for years, you know. But I don't like players like that. Just like I don't like Alex Verdugo. I didn't like Josh Donaldson.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I can't stand Josh Donaldson. He's an asshole. Again, another douchebag that is not good for your locker room. Just isn't. I don't care what anybody says. And in the case of Donaldson, he just didn't have the talent left to continue to be the piece of shit that he is.
All right. Well, now he can be a piece of shit at a car dealership or something.
Same thing with Tim Anderson. Tim Anderson, another free agent.
Oh my God!
He got cut loose by the White Sox.
Dick.
As far as baseball players are concerned, him and Josh Donaldson are like 1A, 1B assholes in Major League Baseball. Like, if there was an award for asshole of the year, them two would be leading the pack. They'd be setting records. They'd be like McGuire and Sosa.
Yeah, except nobody would watch that shit show.
But yeah, so I don't want Tim Anderson on my team either. Even if he returned to his old form.
I wouldn't want Tim Anderson either.
I don't need a guy who's flipping off fans as he goes, his own fans as he goes to goes to the bench.
Yeah, he's a complete fucking clown.
You know what I'm saying? But I see Verdugo in the same light. When you're getting benched by your manager twice in a season because you don't hustle.
Oh, like, yeah, no.
I got zero energy for people like that.
I didn't like that move too much.
I wanted them to flip him for the player that we ended up getting, which was Juan Soto traded to the Yankees for a plethora. My mistake. I just like that music so much. I believe it was a seven player trade, 5 from the Yankees, 2 from the Padres. The Yankees got back Grisham and Soto. The Padres get back Michael King, who's a very talented reliever for the Yankees. Kyle Higashioka, Vasquez, Brito, and one more dude. The kid from the minors. Drew Thorpe. So it was Michael King, Drew Thorpe, Johnny Brito, Randy Vasquez, and Kyle Higashioka for Juan Soto and Trent Grisham. Trent Grisham, kind of a reclamation project. Very good defender. Very, very good defender. And again, we're going to miss King, but everybody else there is pretty negligible. Like, everybody else pitched, and they pitched half decent, but Yankees aren't really missing anything there. Drew Thorpe is supposed to be very good, but we'll find out. He hasn't pitched at the major league level yet, so we don't know.
Yeah, the only thing that concerns me is you get a lot of rumors coming out of that hot stove that Juan Soto is just not going to sign a deal and is going to wait for free agency, and who knows where he ends up, because it doesn't seem like the Yankees really give a shit about spending money, as always, or at least in the last decade. So
I mean, we'll see what happens. You know, you hear stuff from Soto, but again, we don't know where his heart lies. You know what? You might go into a situation starting the year off, right? And you think like, hey, this is what I'm going to do because this is what I'm doing right now.
Right.
And then you get halfway through the season, you go, you know what? I like this town. I my wife likes it here. You know, like, have you ever seen the movie Draft Day?
No.
There's a scene in Draft Day where Dennis Leary is the head coach, and he's in a beef with his GM, which is Kevin Costner. And he goes, my wife liked Dallas. It's a fancy town with fancy people, and I just brought her to Cleveland, so you better make it worth my while. And that's the same deal. So, like, you bring your wife up here. What if she likes it? What if she likes it and she's just like, I don't give a fuck what you do. We're staying here. Because that's possible, too. I don't even know if Soto's married. But if he's not, there's a lot of Dominican women in New York.
I was going to say, to your point, though, it doesn't help that right across town, their owner doesn't mind sending out the ducats and ducats of piles of cash. Dude, like Scrooge McDuck when he sends out the wheelbarrow of cash. So I wouldn't be surprised if Juan Soto ended up on the Mets. If he's after the cash.
I would absolutely be surprised if he ended up on the Mets, because that seems to be a death sentence for any free agent that's ever existed.
I understand, but if you're only interested in cashing a check, they're going to be the ones to write it.
So from what I understand, he loves playing baseball. He loves baseball.
Oh, good.
That's what he's about all day, every day. And that's a good thing. But yeah, he's with the Yankees now. And the outfield seems to be solidified at this point. It's going to be Soto in left. It's going to be Verdugo in right, and Judge probably in center field with Grisham as the 4th outfielder, at least until Jason Dominguez returns from Tommy John surgery, at which point I hope to God that they get rid of Verdugo. I don't like his attitude. And honestly, the only good thing about him is I hope that he refuses to shave.
That'd be great.
They really need somebody to get traded to the Yankees and just come out and say, like, listen, I didn't sign with your team. I got sent here, and I never agreed that I was going to shave. So fuck you guys. I'm not shaving.
It'd be nice if we had a lawyer on the podcast to weigh in on legal ramifications of doing such things. Because you're right. He never signed a contract with the Yankees. So their player, I guess, clause that says you can't have a beard, he never agreed to it. He doesn't have a contract to use. It's not in his contract. So if he turns around and says, you don't have to play me, but I don't have to shave.
Right.
You're still going to pay me, though, because I don't have a clause in my contract that says I have to listen to your bullshit.
Right. Hey, let's be honest. Cameron Maybin said it today. He tweeted today that basically there are players that are like, yeah, I'm not playing for the Yankees because they have that stupid policy. And you know what?
Price said that, and look where he ended up.
Price did say that back when he was in his prime. We're not even talking about like old man Price that wasn't much good. We're talking about prime Cy Young Award candidate Price. So today, this was Cameron Maybin's take on that whole situation was, this might be an unpopular take to Yankee fans, but you'd be surprised how much more attractive the Yankees would be if they got rid of that facial hair rule. You wouldn't believe how many quality players just think it's a whack rule to have. I mean, come on, we're coming up on 2024. Let that go already. And I swear it would be more appealing. Again, this only comes from conversations I've had and experience from actually playing. And you know what? He's right. The whole thing is ridiculous. Oh, speaking of lawyers.
Dude, speaking of the devil in one appears.
You said lawsuit and a lawyer popped up. It was the weirdest shit.
Hey, we know we have like vampire hearing.
Instead of chasing ambulances, they're just listening for somebody to say lawsuit.
Lawsuit. Someone said they got hurt.
I mean, listen, if you want a good lawsuit, you can just listen to us two talk, and I guarantee you can get about 3 in an hour's podcast.
But we're talking about Verdugo got traded to the Yankees, and so did Soto. And I said that the only thing I hope that Verdugo brings to the table is that he refuses to shave.
Yeah, it could be the only thing he does.
And I hope that he plays good enough that by the time Jason Dominguez comes back, he's good enough to get traded for a more valuable player that we actually like.
The question,
I just
Brooke,
don't like him.
The question is, if Verdugo says, I signed a contract with the Red Sox, I didn't sign a contract with you, your player bullshit clause doesn't mean shit to me because I never signed a piece of paper that said I had to agree to it. So I'm not shaving. Is there anything they could – and he left. He doesn't have an answer for us. He left.
Oh, he is audio only. He's only on audio. Now he muted us. What the hell? Son of a bitch.
I don't know. Every time I try to ask a lawyer a serious question, like this is what happens.
He just sent us a message. He said, I'm going to call that a consultation, and he's charging you $200.
Figure. Every time. Every time.
But yeah, so the Yankees get Soto finally. It took a little bit, but they get him. They really don't sacrifice much. They give up really the only headliners there are Michael King and Drew Thorpe. It was kind of bothering me a little bit. It didn't bother me, but it's classic Yankee fans just being overly attached to players because they're just on the team. I saw somebody post something like, oh, we're going to miss Higgy so much. Bro, he's the fucking backup catcher. Like, I'm sure Kyle Higashioka is a really sweet man, and he has had a little few moments with the Yankees, but stop acting like he's an all-time great just because he was on the team for too long.
So I was going to say, Kyle Higashioka, the Yankees definitely they got their money's worth out of him.
Yeah.
He was worth the price of admission, right? Like, for his contract and what he was getting paid, he did a great job, right? He did exactly, he met what you would expect, right? He met expectations. But that, like, to pine over him, like, oh, what a loss. It's like, really? Well, let me know what you think about that when
it's
Juan
fucking
Soto's
Brett
batting
Gardner all over
285 and has 20 home runs in the first fucking half of the season.
It's the fucking Brett Gardner thing all over again.
Yeah, that shit annoys the hell out of me.
It's like, I get it. He was a nice guy. You liked him, but the Yankees ain't missing anything by him not being here.
The problem is fans, like especially Yankee fans, you get attached to players because they're here forever. Because, I mean, you get to the pinnacle of the game. Like, legitimately, if you ask any minor league player, like, yo, regardless of who signed you, where would you love to play? And they're going to give you, like, one of 4 answers. Boston, New York for the Yankees, not the Mets. LA for the Dodgers, and I don't know, maybe
Texas for the money.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or their hometown team, whatever their hometown team is.
There you go. Oh, hey, you gonna cut me off again, you son of a bitch?
No, I didn't cut you off before.
I asked you
a question. Asking you a lawyer question.
Oh, I couldn't. No, she came back out. She said she was afraid of having nightmares.
Yeah, well, tell your wife as long as she goes to bed and doesn't have to look at you, she shouldn't have nightmares.
That's terrible.
Happy Hanukkah to you.
All right, guys. I'll see you later.
We've offended him.
Happy Hanukkah to you, our Jewish friend.
I'm not Jewish, but we do celebrate. So, yes, happy Hanukkah.
I'm sorry. Is there a Hanukkah? Is there a menorah in your house?
There is, because my wife is Jewish.
Sound Jewish to me. Do you like latkes?
You have a baseball in your hand.
Potato
Are you throwing
pancakes?
that at somebody?
I do. I'm gonna throw it in Nick's face.
Wait, do you like potato pancakes?
I do like them. I don't make
Okay.
them.
Are you a lawyer?
That doesn't be a lawyer. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. You do this all the time.
You sound Jewish to me. I'm just saying.
Hold
Do you
on.
tell awesome jokes?
Are you easily offended?
No, I'm just annoyed.
You seem offended right now. So anyway, D, ask him your lawyer question. The one time we need his fucking legal expertise.
So, Verdugo to the Yankees. Didn't sign a contract. You motherfucker.
Yes,
I will drive. My man, I am off tomorrow. I will drive to your fucking house at 1 a.m. and hold my horn down. We'll see how hard it is to put the kids to bed after that.
Yeah. So Verdugo signs a contract with the Red Sox.
Stick that in your menorah and smoke it yourself.
And then what happened? He
signed a contract with the Red Sox, right? Not the Yankees. Gets traded to the Yankees. Okay. He never signed a piece of paper agreeing to their bullshit with the facial hair and their player conduct nonsense. So can he turn around and say, I'm not shaving? I don't give a shit what you say. I play for this team, but I never, and my agent never agreed to this. So you can not play me, but you still have to pay me.
So the thing is, the contract's assignable. So the Red Sox could assign the contract to the Yankees. That's basically what happens here.
I understand, but in that contract, he didn't sign, I agree to all crazy amounts of fucking player appearance rules.
Yeah, but maybe some sort of piece in the contract that says you agree to any rules or conduct of the corporation or the team that you're playing for. I would assume that's something like that.
But see, that's a bullshit rule in conduct, like no facial hair. Like that's abstract. Like so if I'm the Cleveland Indians or the Guardians, whatever, and I turn around and say, nobody can wear left fucking shoes anymore. You wear two right shoes.
I mean, I think
that's our player conduct. It's just as erroneous as saying you can't grow facial hair because everybody grows facial hair.
Trivial.
Including women, damn it.
Well, you're allowed to grow facial hair, just not allowed to grow anything past the mustache.
Listen, the long and short of it is that that George Steinbrenner made that rule because he was pining for his days in the chair force where he was almost in the military and fucking wanted all his players to look like corporate fucking shills instead of like ball players. Jesus Christ had a fucking beard. I think we'll all be okay with a beard.
Yeah, I didn't really care about the rule, but I'm just trying to answer the teacher's question.
I'm just saying, I think it opens up the door for him to be like, I'm not shaving. Like, lawyer up, bitches. Because
I'll tell you right now, if he does that, I'll have more respect for him. Like, I disdain the man right now. If he says I'm not shaving, I'll deign him a little bit.
So they can have a mustache. Like, imagine if he just grew like a Fu Manchu and was like, yeah, deal with it.
No, I want him to have that nasty ginger fucking beard that he has.
Yankees, you're allowed to have this, and you're allowed to have one of these.
No, you're not.
I think you're allowed to have one of these.
You're not. They do it, but they're not allowed to have it.
Well, they've been doing it.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, it's kind of antiquated too. We're not in the 1950s and 60s because everyone's clean shaven. So they should just do away with it. It's kind of stupid.
You're saying fucking multiple people in history, popes, presidents, kings, freaking Jesus, generals. They all had beards. Doesn't make you a bad person. TJ. Wait, what'd you say? What'd you say? Which president?
I said some presidents had beards too.
Ulysses S. Grant, commanding general and president, had a beard. Grizzly Adams had a beard.
Fact. Let me ask you this, Nick. Would you respect Verdugo if he was like, you know what? I don't agree with shaving, but I'm going to do it because I just want to play the game. But in protest, I'm growing a fucking unibrow, and you people have to look at that shit all year. I'd be like, grow away, sir.
I would not. I would still not. I mean, I don't like him. He has an attitude akin to Donaldson and Anderson. Bauer. I don't like players that just have a fucking attitude about themselves.
But if he grew a unibrow and learned how to do the people's, eyebrow, like throw it up there way high, and it's just one huge eyebrow because it's a unibrow. At what point does you got to figure like Michael Kay will have a stroke over that or something like that. Like
in other news, Yoshinobu Yamamoto is apparently the Yankees seem to think that they are the front runners for his services once he decides to sign someplace, which should be in the near future. From what I'm hearing, Hideki Matsui reached out to Yamamoto to try to pitch the Yankees, and recently Masahiro Tanaka was seen in a video wearing a Yankee hat. So perhaps the Yankees can make a deal with that young man.
I was going to say the pitch would be, it's like, hey, if you want to go anywhere and make it in the big leagues, you got to go to the Yankees, because essentially everybody else that comes from Japan ends up just being an absolute bust. Think about it. The Yankees got lucky.
Ohtani.
Everybody except Ichiro and
Ohtani. Ohtani has 2 MVPs. How can you say he's a bust?
Yeah, but I mean, he plays for the Yankees.
2 MVP. I mean, having an MVP on a team that doesn't matter doesn't even fucking make sense. Like even A-Rod needs better than that.
I'm just saying that's one. You know, you have Tanaka on the Yankees. You have Matsui. Even Ichiro technically played for the Yankees.
So did what's his name?
Keigawa.
No, not Keigawa. Fucking what's his name? He was with us before Tanaka got there.
Hideki Irabu.
No, he came from the Dodgers. Oh, damn it. Really good pitcher. I liked him a lot.
Nomo?
No, God damn it. The fuck are you picking people that played in the 90s?
Daisuke Matsuzaka?
No, he played for the Red Sox, scumbag. I hate you. Shut up. You're not coming to class with us.
Somebody check in on Hideki Irabu.
That's terrible, TJ. Come on.
Sure, he's hanging around somewhere.
Oh, all right, guys. I'll see you later.
It's so fucked up, but you know what? It happens. It is what it is.
That's probably the worst joke.
Too soon? Too soon? That was such a TJ move.
That was a TJ move. TJ started it because TJ everyone should check on Arabu. So TJ started it, so
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm unaware of what he's doing right now.
Kuroda, man. It was Hiroki Kuroda.
Hiroki Kuroda, yeah, that's his name.
Kuroda was very good.
Him.
Very, very good pitcher. Anyhow, we'll see where Yamamoto ends up. I wouldn't mind.
I think these are fun runners because he said he grew up idolizing Matsui and Tanaka. So
really,
you got to think if you really want to follow in those guys' footsteps, you go there.
Yeah. We'll put his face on the side of a plane like we did Matsui.
Yeah.
Why not?
Him and Soto.
The Yomiuri Giants billboard on the outfield fence. Remember that?
We'll do that. We will absolutely do that.
Yeah.
Not much else going on in the hot stove world right now. Small little trades and signings. And I imagine the first domino to fall would be Soto, and it was, again, because he's going to test free agency at the end of the season, more than likely. There's still Ohtani out there. I heard something about maybe he's going to make a decision in the next week or so. And I talked about this in my beer and a take. I don't know. Somebody brought this up. Like, he's 30 years old and they're talking 600 million. And you don't know how he's going to pitch coming back from 2 Tommy John surgeries. I actually compiled a list, because I have no life, of every player in Major League Baseball that received more than 1 Tommy John surgery. Okay.
All right.
And I've categorized all of them so you guys can understand. I'm going to make this as quick as possible because there's quite a few. All right. Brian Anderson never pitched in Major League Baseball again. He's a bum. Matt Beach never pitched in Major League Baseball again. Doug Brocail was a bum. Chris Capuano was a bum. Todd Coffey never pitched MLB again. And mind you, Doug Brocail and Chris Capuano, they had dead arms. They only threw like 88 miles an hour. They were not throwing gas. Todd Coffey never pitched in MLB again. John Curtis, the reason that you don't know him is because he doesn't matter. Ruby De La Rosa never played MLB again. Joey Devine never played MLB again. Darren Dreifert, another bum. Evaldi is the
outlier.
The outlier. Nathan Evaldi is the outlier.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Pete Fairbanks, another bum. John Farrell, he's a good manager, I guess, but he's a bum. Caleb Ferguson, who's that? Chad Fox, who's that? Jason Frazier, who's that? Eric Gagne played 3 more years after his second Tommy John surgery, and that was the end of his career.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, he's also a reliever, not a starter.
Yeah, and also you got to think about Ohtani does hit though too. So
again,
he's not worth $600 million.
That's $600 million for him to be David Ortiz.
No,
because he don't play the field either. You know what I mean?
I agree with you.
Joel Hanrahan played 2 more years after his second surgery, never played again. Jeremy Hafner never played MLB again. Daniel Hudson, Jason Isringhausen had his second surgery and re-injured himself the following season. So he actually had one Tommy John that made him into a reliever, had a second Tommy John, came back, injured himself again, had a third Tommy John, and that was the end of his career.
So the question is, I would say, is who has that kind of money to dump into Ohtani right now?
Throw away. The Yankees and the Dodgers.
Yeah, but I don't. I'm with you, dude. Yeah, I'm with you. Like, it would be easier for him just to go to the Dodgers since he's already right there, out the California way.
Well, it's also closer to Japan, so if he wants to go home, it's
right.
You save yourself a 3,000-mile trip.
But I don't like this 6-man rotation. We don't need a DH.
For me, if I'm on that team and I'm a pitcher and I'm about to hit free agency, I don't want that guy on my team.
No,
I don't. And you're going to sit there, why not? He's a great pitcher. You're right, he is a great pitcher. But if I have to be in a 6-man rotation, I lost 6 starts a year.
Right.
Now, when I hit free agency, all of my stats are now skewed to be 6 starts less. So if I was going to have X amount of strikeouts, I now have 6 starts less of strikeouts, potentially 60 strikeouts less for the season.
Right.
You know, or the team that I'm trying to go to goes, well, we don't know if you could pitch 31, 32 games because we pitch 32. You guys only pitch 25.
It sure as shit makes it hard as hell to hit that 20-game wins, right? That seems to be that, listen, that's still an accomplishment, and that's still kind of springboard your 100% springboard your argument to more money, right? I'm a 20-game winner.
Yeah, even if you're not talking about
6 games last. 19, while it's just as arbitrary as 20, doesn't sound as good as 20, and on paper it means a big number.
Even if you don't want to put interest into 20 games because people are all into their advanced stats, then your innings pitched are going to be down.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, your innings pitched will drop drastically. You're going to lose 42 innings. If you pitch 7 innings 6 times, that's 42 innings. So
I will say this though about Ohtani that annoys me is he's doing like this. He wants to be like secret, and like no one's supposed to know. If anyone leaks it, it's gonna hurt your chances of me signing. Like, dude, give it a break. Like, you're not that fucking big. Like, you're not that important.
He's
like,
not because why? Because he plays for who, and nobody gives a shit about them. That's why, dude. Like, even I agree with you. I agree with you. But like the fact that he doesn't have the awareness to know that, like, yo, dude, in your own little circle, you're a big deal, but through the rest of the country, no one gives a shit because why? Your team has accomplished nothing.
Yeah, you might as well not.
If you're on it or not, you're wasting time, and you've been wasting time, and nobody gives a shit about you because you're in a bullshit market. And that's the reality you live in. You can't fucking try to pull a LeBron James type move like, oh, I want to be on ESPN and I want to have the decision live on TV. It's like nobody gave a shit about LeBron when he did it, and that's a fact. Like, you get to be like, oh, Mr. Secretive, oh, you're gonna hurt your chances of getting me. Oh no, you won't accept my $600 million. I would love the Yankees to just send him a sack of shit and be like, yep, we're gonna leak everything. You don't like it?
Honestly, I don't think he'd be able to handle New York.
The Dodgers,
no, not at all.
The Dodgers leaked it. They said something about Dave Roberts said something about how the meeting went really well with Ohtani. And they're like, that's going to hurt their chances because he spoke about the meeting. It's like, come on. Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
dude, I hope he ends up on like fucking the Brewers. Fuck him.
Not even. Not even. The A's. Go to the A's.
Go to Oakland.
They're not going to spend money. You know that.
I digress and we move on. So, interesting news in Jetland. After benching Zach Wilson for the last 2 games and allowing the backups back up to play instead of him, the New York Jets have decided to crawl on their hands and knees and beg Zach Wilson to back, which, honestly, he's a better man than me, because if it were me and I were in that situation and they embarrassed me by keeping me inactive so that Trevor Siemian and fucking Tim Boyle could play quarterback over me, I would tell them, like, no, you already said that I was the problem. right? That's why I got benched, right? It had nothing to do with Lazard dropping passes or Uzama fucking getting called on holds or fucking illegal blocks or fucking false starts or any of that other bullshit. It was all because of Zach Wilson. So since you guys can do it without me, do it without me. That's what I would have said. So Zach Wilson's a better man than me.
So, I mean, I dug into this with my beer and a take today, but the season's done. The circus has irritated me. The fucking drama in the locker room has irritated me. The New York City sports media and WFAN leaking stuff that Robert Saleh is talking about behind the scenes irritates me. Like it's little fucking children in a room and not men handling their business. I honestly hope, and I said this in my beer and a take. I said I hope he fucking dominates the rest of the season, and then the Giants end up signing him. That'd be fucking hilarious. But I
swear to God, if he ends up going to the Giants and becomes a Super Bowl winner, I will just fucking laugh.
Dude, you know what? It would be so apropos.
The Giants are just as bad right now, but you're not hearing any ridiculousness coming out of their camp.
Right. But honestly, what I hope happens is I hope he goes out there tomorrow. I hope he throws 30 fucking interceptions. 30
Sunday.
of them. And then Sunday, sorry. I'm not getting ahead of myself.
Too excited.
They played that one game on Friday after Thanksgiving. I all fucked up. I hope he throws 30 interceptions and after the game does a presser where he's like, well, Hackett doesn't know how to get people open, so what do you want me to fucking do? You put me back here, I got to throw the ball, right? Because I'm the quarterback. I'm not getting hit anymore because the O-line can't fucking hold people up for more than 3 seconds. So I'm throwing the ball. I'm doing my job. Not my fault the offensive coordinator can't get people open. Maybe you should fucking talk to him about doing his job correctly. And then just walk away. That would be fucking great because you know he's headed out of town anyway after this season. So just make a state. Oh my God. Dude, that would be amazing. That's what the Jets deserve at this point.
So I talked about this too, about how they had the rumors about him being reluctant to come back, and people were like, how are you supposed to be a winner? Don't you want the ball? It's not like he wanted the ball. He's reluctant to come back because he was the scapegoat for Robert Saleh and Nathaniel Hackett not be able to produce a winning team out there. Yeah. The defense is good. We get that, but the offensive line is terrible. The offensive weapons are terrible. You have Garrett Wilson. That's it. Breece Hall's good. Every now and then you do a check down. He'll go for 50 yards. But even he isn't even getting yards on the ground because the offensive line.
They can't get the ball through the air.
They cut Michael Carter because Michael Carter kept dropping passes every third down when there was an opportunity for Zach. Hits the guy right in his hands, could pick up the first down, and next thing you know, the Jets are punting it. So it's everything around them, and then they've done everything they possibly could to ruin him. And my point was that he should have been off his team in the offseason. The minute you bring Rodgers in, you're saying to this young man, we're not comfortable with you running this team. We had to go to a veteran presence. No, we're going to part ways at this point. We're going to trade you for something or release you, and maybe you could get a job somewhere else before the season starts.
Yeah, I disagree just because the fact that I thought he was going to learn from Rodgers.
I mean, I know, but now Rodgers, obviously no one was planning on Rodgers to get hurt immediately.
Right.
But now they made even further damage with him. At this point, you cannot have this kid on your roster next year. You can't. He's got to be cut.
No, not after this year. Not after what happened this year. And the fact that, like you said, you made him a scapegoat. And the problem is, it's simple. If you watch football, right, and this is what pisses me off about Jets fans, because it appears that Jets fans don't watch any other games other than Jets games, because you could fucking watch the Oakland Raiders. Dude, you can watch the Denver Broncos, and guess what? Wide receivers get open. Wide receivers get open even against the best defenses.
Pockets are clean.
Dude, offensive coordinator's job is to retool mid-game and pick up what the defense is doing and how they prepped going into the week, right? Oh, we're playing the Patriots. This is probably what they're going to do. Yep, these are the looks that we're getting. We're going to pivot and start doing X and Y and Z. And it doesn't seem like that's happening at all. Dude, nobody is open, ever. And when they are open, you see this kid throw to Wilson, these fucking back shoulder throws. He's able to make them. Look what he did against the Giants when they played prevent, dude. He fired the ball and hit people in stride. The problem is nobody is fucking open. That's not on the quarterback.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. I don't want to get too much into it because TJ had his beer and his take, and Anthony spoke about this as well. I just feel like we're back to it's the vicious cycle, the same situation we were in with Darnold. And I hate the revisionist history that people have right now where they're going, we should have just kept Darnold. And I'm sitting there going, if we would have kept Darnold the first time he went out there and threw it before the first time he went out there and threw an interception, you people would have fucking burned his house down. And the stadium too. And it's the same thing right now. Right now, after this season, they're going to get rid of Zach Wilson. They're going to draft another quarterback. That guy will be shit as well. Okay. And when he's garbage, you're going to go, I don't know why we didn't just keep Zach Wilson. Why? Are you fucking people serious? You guys you broke out the pitchforks the day he threw his first pick. And you never put him back down.
Yeah.
Dude,
he was by far not the biggest problem in that offense. Watch those games over again. His completion percentage is at 60-something%. He's about league average as a completion percentage. He's taking sacks because nobody's open. So the alternative was throw the ball away so that his completion percentage falls to 50%. So then you could sit there and say that he can't hit a receiver. Like it was a lose-lose situation for that poor kid. He's 22 years old, and the New York Jets have fucking ruined him already.
I mean, no offense. I don't think you guys like this, but most Jet fans are just so miserable. Like once one thing goes bad, it's like spirals out. And because a lot of Jets fans are Mets fans and they just don't enjoy happiness. They don't believe in it. Yeah. And the biggest too, you said, like, I know you talk about the fan as well. And I listened to the fan as well. And like you had the week where he won that game against the Giants. He made that great drive. And Evan from WFAN was like, oh, I believe in him now. Then like the next week he took a step back. And then he was like, I'm sorry, I ever believed in you. You fooled me for the 25 seconds. Like, no, dude, you're not watching football. Like, right. You're not paying attention to it.
Correct.
Because you would see that game was there's other issues around Zach. Is Zach Wilson perfect? Are we saying that? No,
not at all.
He's definitely more capable than what people letting him on to be. And I feel like if you give him an opportunity with a clean pocket, good weapons, good receivers, even a good back, I think he'll be a much better player than he is right now at the Jets.
He's the backup, and he needed the rest of his team to play average for him to look average. Okay? Mm-hmm. He was never going to make bad players look average. That's what great players do. They transcend the game, right? Aaron Rodgers is a great player. He'll make an average player look above average. But if I'm the backup and I'm an average player and I have a fucking below average player on the other side of me, I'm going to look as bad as he looks.
Yeah.
Because I don't have that ability to lift everybody else up because I'm not there. Mm-hmm. So when you watch this kid play and he finally throws a pass and it's third down and it's 3rd and 2 and somebody gets called for holding and now it's 3rd and 12, that's a fucking problem. It's not his fault. And then you're sitting there going, why can't he pick up the first down? What are you talking about? Because you just made 3rd and short into punting season. That's why. It just went from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 18.
And I don't think I'm out of line by saying this or this is a crazy statement. I think at most, if Aaron Rodgers was healthy this year, maybe they have 2 extra wins.
I don't think that's crazy at all either. The only reason that Aaron Rodgers makes his team better is because defenses will prepare for his reputation, not prepare for the talent on the field. So obviously they're not going to stack the box because his reputation states that he can throw it downfield.
Right.
But even if he threw it down, which would create more running games, that's the problem. Is that there is no impetus on the defense to prepare for a pass because our offensive coordinator can't play anybody open. Our receivers drop passes, and our head coach doesn't want anybody to throw a ball more than 15 yards downfield.
Yeah. I mean, you see the issues too. Like Mahomes has just Travis Kelce pretty much, and you see it happen to him all the time. How many guys are dropping balls? Tony,
and he still has the highest completion percentage of his career.
Exactly.
But again, you have to want to do that.
Good players. It happens even to great players. Right? Mahomes will be a Hall of Famer one day, and it happens to him.
Yep.
You don't blame him.
We move on.
Whiskey of the week.
Real fast, I'm drinking Johnny Walker Double Black today.
I like black. I quite enjoy that smokiness.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know what it is. Obviously, I always drink scotch, drink bourbon, stuff like that. I used to really love this, and today I'm just not feeling it. I don't know what it is. It has a smokiness.
Bottle maybe has it been sitting a little bit. A little extra air got in there.
I think I got this when I got engaged.
Oh,
and I just opened it today. It was sealed. I just opened it today.
You're just not feeling it.
I'm just not feeling it. I don't know what it is. Maybe I haven't had a lot of day. I haven't had a lot of blendeds lately. I've been drinking a lot of straight a lot of single malts. And I've been drinking a lot of bourbon lately. So maybe that's what it is. It's just that I haven't had blended in a really long time. Because, I used to be a Johnny Walker guy all day long. Now I've been drinking
all day, black. Johnny Black all day.
I've been drinking a lot of, Macallan and a lot of bourbons.
It could be too, depending on what you ate. Because I know I can burn out my palate too, depending on what I'm eating. Sometimes bourbon doesn't taste as good, and it just goes because, like, hey, yeah, you need a little palate cleanse. You need to.
Maybe I just had a dirty ice cube.
Possibly. That is true.
Get some rocks.
Tainted ice cube.
I had rocks. They don't make it cold enough. Anyway, I digress. That was my whiskey. What are you drinking, T?
My wife bought me this, so I decided to bust it out tonight.
Your wife is good.
She is a sweetie. Little Weller Antique 107.
Wait, is that the one you bought for yourself for your anniversary, but you told her just give me money for it?
No. That, my friend, was Pappy 12-year lot B.
Oh, right. That's right. Okay.
Because
too rich for my blood.
Presented the offer. Yeah. I bought it, and I told her, listen, just reimburse me for this because there will never be an anniversary gift that will ever come close to this.
Oh, Pappy.
No, that's not true at all. But no, she bought me this randomly, told my brother to pick it up because the local liquor store by us had it. And if you don't know, if you're not a bourbon person, this is pretty hard to come by. I think it's like $45, $50 now, MSRP, but generally this is going for closer to $200, $150 to $200. My wife grabbed this for $110, splurged a little bit on me for a nice gift, came home with it, and I was ecstatic. This is
I need you to be careful with the way you say that your wife splurged on you. All right.
Splurged. Out of all the Wellers I've had, this is my favorite.
What about Peter Weller?
I haven't had Peter Weller. I had Peter Sellers. 107 proof wheated bourbon. Just donked myself in the head with it because I'm overly excited. Dude, it's really smooth. That wheat actually brings down the burn, and it just makes it like perfect. Perfect mouthfeel, very buttery, sweet on the way down. I'm just trying to come up with different words that you can make fun of me on. But little oak, smooth as hell. Weller Antique 107. If you haven't tried it,
take that wood right in your mouth.
Oh, take the wood right to the face. Oh fuck. Nothing for you, Rook?
Nah, I don't have time to grab anything.
He looks tired.
Grab yourself.
Long day. Like it always is. You know how it is.
Oh yeah.
You know how you do it. I am excited. I bought 2 beers for my beer to take the next 2 days that I have. Nice. And they're like Christmas like gingery beer, so I'm pretty excited for those. One of them is a cream ale. Like it's supposed to have like
spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Cream soda flavor, apparently.
Yeah.
All right. So
would you like the cream?
We move on. No? All right.
I love it.
It stopped.
I feel like that was some Jewish music for Hanukkah.
No,
maybe that was Italian music.
It's like the hockey.
The Tarantella?
Tarantella is for Catholics.
It's Jewish. It's Italian. I don't know. Fucking Tarantella.
Yeah, Catholic religion. No, it's not Jewish. You said it was Jewish.
I for a second I thought it was another. I thought it was one of those Yiddish songs. But you know what they say? Italians are just Jews with better food.
You're talking about the horror.
Yes. Same shit. And you guys danced the Tarantella the same way they danced the horror.
We did the horror and the Tarantella in our wedding. So
yeah, I know. I was there. My shoulder was broken for a fucking week lifting you up in that chair.
That's your fault.
The next day I woke up, my whole shoulder was black and blue. I was going, what the fuck happened?
See, that's on you. You need to start a new tradition where you hit the fucking groom over the back with a chair and then you tell him to suck it. Walk out to DX theme music.
Well, Nick, you guys dropped me off the chair, so you didn't hurt yourself too bad.
I was the only one that volunteered to lift you up. Everybody else went after your wife.
Well,
wow.
What did you?
Wow. On her wedding night? Jeez. What a rough crowd. Time out. You can't fault the boys because gravity always wins. That's physics.
No, you know what happened? They all went to go lift up and like they were counting down, but like the 2 back legs counted earlier, so they were on 3 and the other 2 were on like 2. So it was like 3, 3, and then like so they went like this basically, and I just slid right off.
At least you slid forward, not backward.
Yeah, the Rangers are still red hot. That loss to the Senators pissed me off, though, man. Like, I get it. You can't really complain with the.
We get one a month
right now.
It's one a month.
Yeah. What are we at? 16, 5-1.
I think they're 18.
18,
18, 5-1.
5-1, whatever. It's just weird losses that, and they're big too. Like the losses that we've taken, we've been outscored a lot. And I don't know if you checked out the stats from Steve Valiquette. The Rangers were projected at least the scoring opportunities. They should have won that game. And I understand that like that doesn't mean shit, but they had a better percentage of scoring chances, especially in the high scoring opportunities. So it just wasn't their night. But
well, they're up in their division. They're up in their division 8 points, and they're number 2 in the NHL right now, behind Rook's Vegas Golden Knights.
Right.
But they're also ahead of Rook's New Jersey Devils by 12 points. So
such an ass.
I mean, the one big thing that happened was Barclay Goudreau lost a tooth, and like somebody took a picture of it just sitting there on the ice. It was, dude. I woke up the next morning. I looked at Google while I was sitting at my desk waiting for the day to start. Getting into work, and somebody's like, "Oh, the first picture I see on Google, like Rangers lose 6-2 to the Senators. Barclay Goudreau loses tooth, and it's just his tooth with blood on the ice." Like, wow.
Well, TJ's least favorite player, Artemi Panarin, is 3rd in the NHL in points.
You got to stop that.
He is. You don't like him.
Yeah, you said it. You've said it many times actually on the show.
Go fucking blow Jack Hughes, huh, Brooke?
Wow,
Jack Hughes is.
That's a bad look. That's because even if you don't like the Devils, you should know. If you like hockey, you should know who Jack Hughes is. Like that's one of those Zach Wilson moments where you're fucked if you do, you're fucked if you don't.
You know Hugh Jackman?
Son of a bitch! I hate Hugh Jackman.
That Jack Human.
Hugh.
You hear that story? Tracy Morgan. He kept saying Jack Human.
But I don't know. I mean, the Rangers don't play tonight, and tonight was one of those nights where I really wanted to watch a hockey game. But of course, the NHL schedule is just fucking gobbledygook. It's like they take shit and throw it against the wall. Whatever sticks is what they play.
I don't get that either. They don't play again until Sunday, right? The Rangers,
something like that. Something ridiculous. But in the interim, I said it on my beer and a take. Florida State got fucked, so fuck the college football playoff committee. I hate them. If I ever see them in the street, there's going to be a misunderstanding, and I'm going to take them to the woodshed. In other news, Army-Navy game coming up. Go Army.
Army.
Beat Navy. All day, every day, in jail, by myself, one man, no pillowcase.
Are you going to the game?
No, I'm not going.
Where is it? Is it Philly?
I think it's in Philly this year.
Is it always in Philly, or they change it?
No, they move it. It's going to be in MetLife next year, I think.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I go to that.
Yeah, I gotta go to more Army games. One of my former soldiers actually got accepted to West Point. Very proud of him, and he was complaining about having to go to every game, every home game. And I was like, this work happened, cadet.
Oh, they really have to go?
Yeah,
that must be so horrible for them.
Well, you got to figure. Well, it kind of is because you can't drink.
Yeah, you can't drink, so
because you're
okay.
You got to watch people punt and run the ball for 4 hours.
No, let's put it this way. You're running triple options over there.
Not to like get myself jammed up before I go there tomorrow. So if anybody from the Lehigh Gorge train ride is watching this, it's totally not me. But like, you can't drink on that 80-minute train ride either. But you better believe my coffee cup is not gonna have fucking coffee in it. All right.
I don't know what you just said.
There's
Lehigh Gorge.
Yeah, it's in Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. It's a train ride. We're taking little man and the wife, and my parents are coming. We're going to do a little Polar Express train ride, and
that's fun.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, dude, there's ways of sneakily drinking in a stadium where everybody else is drinking.
Actually, call me a liar.
Get kicked out of the Army, no?
Yeah, call me a liar. The Army Black Knights play the Navy Midshipmen Saturday at Gillette Stadium.
Oh, they're in Foxborough, huh?
Yes, so go Army, beat Navy, and that's all we got for you this week. We'll catch you again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Viva Los Biodome.
Go Army.
Go Army.